Hey, good morning, everyone. Okay, so I want to do a video right now and talk about building your family with finances. Um, I am somebody who really enjoys budgeting. I love working with numbers. I like to see, if I do this, and I save here and I take this dollar from here and I move it over here, what can I do? Take $5 from this. And I like to play with numbers. I do. I like to do that as far as, like, for me personally. I don't know. I don't think I could be an accountant. I took accounting classes in high school, and I think, just playing with numbers just to, just dry numbers, I don't think that would have any fulfillment for me. But to be able to apply it to my personal life and be like, you know what, if I can do this, if I set these goals, I can do this. I just took a financial class and it was really good. As this person's talking about getting in there more with money, I'm just like, why am I so, vague with money? Why am I so, not specific enough with money? That's my problem. Like, I'm not specific enough. And I think as I thought about this, I thought, I think I haven't really been into money except for, the home budget. I've had to do the family budget. Other than that, I'm not really into money. Like, I'm not greedy for money. I'm not like a cutthroat go get money person, and I'm not saying anybody is, but I just I don't know, it just, I know it, I'm not a penny pincher. I know money comes and money goes, and you can lose it so quickly. But what I do is I tend to stay very close to my priorities with money. Like, I actually will make myself poor. I will make myself poor so that I have the freedom to do what I want in my life, to meet goals. And what I've done is, like, I'll go work really hard and then I'll have a bunch of money and then I'll meet those goals I've been working toward that have been on the list. Or, income tax time comes, and the list, when I used to live in a trailer with my 5 kids, the growing list, the needs got met. So I chose to stay home and I chose to go without a career, even though I could have had a career. I could have had a hairdressing career, but I was pregnant with my firstborn son while I was in hairdressing school, and I still graduated, and I'm very proud of that. And then I graduated early from high school with a forced abortion. I do not know. It just, it was move on. I didn't process it. I had a very busy social life and just moved on. Graduated early with all that, kind of chaos in my life. And then, I went to college for a year in '89 after I graduated early from high school. And I just was like, you know what, these people are so stuck up. I was I was working for a court reporting agency, and the guy who owned it, I'll never forget, the older man said, don't ever stop reading. If you do one thing in life, even the sports section, because I was like, I hate the sports section in the newspaper. I just, he's like, even read that. He was kidding with me. He's like, even read that. And so that's one thing I will never forget that he gave me. And I wasn't a reader in school. I wasn't real studious. I mean, I did what I had to do. I did my homework. I would be in history class listening to history, pick it all up, absorb it, and then I would be doing my homework at the same time, just because I didn't want to deal with it later. And so, and then, all on my own with nobody's help, really. I was just like, well, I'm kind of sick of school, so why don't I just double up on my classes and skip study hall? I just had like a hard-working mentality in me. And so I did that. I think I met with the counselor once, and they were like, you sure you want to do this or something? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, it's doable. And that was about it. Other than that, like, I never was in the principal's office. I never got, counsel from the guidance office. I did everything pretty much, already on my own. So, So when it came time to have my family, I could have, the court reporting thing. I was just like, these lawyers seem so fake to me. It didn't align with my values. I was very down to earth, very. I didn't like the fakeness I saw there. I was just like, this is probably not for me. I mean, I could do it now. Now I would be more mature to do all that, but there was just a lot going on. I wasn't into, making the money, although it was excellent money. So then hairdressing school, I chose to stay home with my son instead of pursue a hairdressing career. I did work at a salon before I graduated. I worked at a hair salon, so I had a taste of what it would be like. Not only in the school did I do hairdressing, because we had a school where people came in and they got haircuts for really cheap and got their hair permed or whatever at a discount, for kind of being a guinea pig for all of us students. So I already was kind of like in the business, and I was just like, you know what? I'd rather stay home with my son. And so I stayed home with him, and then I got Medicaid, and that was like the first awakening of like resources to me. Like the first, oh my goodness, it would actually make more sense for me to stay home and get Medicaid for this hospital bill that's coming up than to work. And so things started coming into place. And then after my firstborn son, I met other people who homeschooled. Never heard of it. I'm like, what do you mean you can homeschool? What do you mean? It was crazy to me. And I had just gotten saved, and so everything was changing in my life. And then I became a reader. My first book, What to Expect When You're Expecting, was my first book. Totally changed my life. The previous abortion that was shoved under the rug started hitting me. The truth started hitting me. I have always loved kids. I have a gift with kids. And I just, I wanted to just like kill myself, to realize that that was a baby. And, the schools, they teach you it's a blob of tissue. And I just remembered I was in big trouble, and that's all I knew. I didn't want to be in trouble anymore. So it wasn't even like, really sinking in that you're pregnant or you're now a mother. And this is why I speak against abortion, because it is an abusive industry that takes advantage of people, especially young girls. So, young girls don't understand the beauty of motherhood. And until you become a mother, and there are a lot of bad mothers out there who don't appreciate motherhood, you really don't understand what kind of decision you're going to make if you've made that choice. So anyways, that was like the finances. How to build your family is what I'm trying to talk about here. So I just was like, I wanted to stay home with my son. I absolutely adored him. I remember I was given so much stuff from tons of relatives. I remember one picture, my little guy, I put him in a photo with a bunch of stuffed animals, and it was so cute because he fit right in because he was so little. And then I got rid of all those stuffed animals. It was like, this is too much stuff. So I am very minimalist because I like to stay close to the grid. I like to feel I like to feel life. I like to feel like the life and not be, bombarded with stuff. So anyways, let me see. So when we moved from the apartment building, I was pregnant with my second born son, and this was in September, and I was moving furniture when I was pregnant, which I shouldn't have been. But we had him, and again, I had tried working once with my firstborn son, and I missed him. I was just like down the road at the store, and I would call and say to my husband, how is he? Is he okay? Is he all right? Is he, 2 or 3 times a night. I mean, I just hated working at that store when I felt like I should have been home. And so I stayed home with my second born and then a third one. And we didn't have any money. We lived in a trailer with 5 kids, and we didn't have any money. And I was so convicted about being home with my kids. I didn't care about money. I didn't care how much we had. I just knew we would make it. And, when you think that you don't have enough, you really do have enough. You do. It's amazing how much little finances we truly need in life to have a good life. So I was very happy taking care of my sons, busy changing diapers, busy with 3 under my foot. I did not have time to think about money. So basically, I usually had a simple budget and, took care of the basics. And we were doing really good. And then my husband's cancer hit, and, that was a whole nother thing for 5 years. And, we had workman's comp, which was really low, and then the church came in and helped us with meals and stuff, and we had 25,000 written off on one doctor bill, and I was actually making more money by staying home and not working. So I mean, if we had all that money saved up, it would have been gone. I mean, they could have just taken our savings. So here we are with 2 hospital bills. My 3rd son, I had a home birth, which was super cheap. I just made payments on that, and that worked. And then I had like WIC, Medicaid, and just family helping out where we needed it. And then let me see, after the cancer, we were told we couldn't have any more kids. And I remember just crying about that because I wanted more kids. I came from a big family. And then we had another home birth, and I think at that point Medicaid took care of that. And then another home birth. So 3 home births. Medicaid took care of the last one, I know for sure. And the beauty of getting in there and, really learning about the development of babies and just having so much good care from the midwives. And I had a renowned midwife, which I was very fortunate to have her. So I felt really confident in her ability. It was a beautiful first home birth I had. This lady ended up having her firstborn. She had like 10 kids. She had like her firstborn on the table at home by herself. She was a real tough cookie. And then from her, I had her assistant with the second home birth, and then I had the 3rd one with her assistant and her. So, there was a consistency in the care I had with all 3 of them. So, no regrets there. And when you are very, very focused on your family, there is a lot to do. There's a lot of, meals on the table a certain time, nap time, read to your kids. And I did start reading a lot. When my kids took naps, without realizing I was investing in myself, I was just reading a lot of books on mothering, how to parent, how to mother, how to do this, how to do that. And looking back now, I can see how much I invested in myself, in my education with family, and then with homeschooling, and then later on, just learning some more about finances. So as I did this, I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't worry about the money so much as doing a really good job with your kids. And I don't know if it's because of my generation or because I'm a woman, but when I was growing up, I don't remember women really being the ones to really be on the finances. I don't. I mean, we were busy, the women I remember growing up were busy in the kitchen cooking, making sure dinner was on the table for their husband when their husband got home and worked all day long in a hard day. So husbands need support. They work all day. They're out there slaying the dragon all day, and they need to come home to a somewhat quiet, restful place to just kind of, unwind. And it doesn't matter what size your home is. It doesn't matter as long as he's coming home to a happy wife, happy kids, and then it's his castle. So he's out there. And I'm not saying this is sexist at all, because we have our own struggles, and we can usually dump on our husbands and just say, this is how my day was, and da 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 da. So you're helping each other. And so what I'm trying to say is, don't worry about the money when you are building your family. focus in on how much care your kids need, how much resources there are to help you. That is what I would recommend. Later on, as my kids got older and I was like a taxi driver more for them, and they had a lot of events to do, teen years are even harder, I think, than raising little ones. They have their own challenges. And then as the teens get older into adulthood, you're not done. You're still trying to help them with an influence more than parenting. And then they eventually become your friends. So, like this week, my son just called and said, "Hey, want to go to a movie this weekend?" And I'm not a big TV person, but Kurt Cameron is having a movie. I really appreciate Kurt's work. So we're going to go to the movies together. And, he's the one who likes to do a lot of entertainment. He's the one who likes, he's into comics and everything. So I haven't gone to the movie theater since I think we went together with Creed 2. And then before that was like 14 or 15 years since I had been to the movie theater. So we're going to do that together. But so focus in what I'm trying to say is build your family and build it well. Get the organizing down. Teach your kids to work hard. Teach them to be earners, especially guys. Teach them to all the character that you would want. Throw, not only did I walk with my kids and teach them God's word and hide verses in their heart, but I tried to really be hands-on. And we get a lot of criticism nowadays for the helicopter parent, but I think parents need to be more hands-on now more than ever with the way the school system is, and the way society is. I just saw a video about a bunch of girls who are now going to teach girls that it's okay to have abortions in the schools. So we really need to be watching our family, watching our kids. This is what a Proverbs 31 woman does. She works hard and she looks after her family, and she is not idle, and she watches, she's like the gatekeeper of her home. So I had no idea, how to mother, and I had to learn. So I really have a heart for probably taking this channel and teaching girls how to mother, how to build a family. The Bible says, unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain. So unless you are working for God, your whole work, the work of your hands, is just, I hate to say it, it sounds harsh, but useless. You are working in vain unless you are working for God. And we see so many people fall away at the end. They lose their faith at the end of life, and you want to stay strong and take good care of yourself. So I'm at the very end of my responsibilities as a mother. You're always going to have a responsibility, but as the parent, or that role, that really strong role, is starting to finish for me. And as that finishes and you have already had a lighter load, you've been able to put more time into yourself, it's time to think about, I believe, your finances even more at this point as a woman. The man, the husband, I think he should be strong enough to be able to deal with the finances and be able to be putting things aside and working hard, so that when you're at this point in life, you have built your family. He has built the work and the finances, and you're able to have your, start having your golden years together, to start enjoying life together. But it also is a time that men are ready to relax, and women are more, once they hit that midlife, I think they're more ready to finish up anything in life that they haven't done, whether that's starting a career for the next 10 years or whatever that they want to do. So this is the time to really get on your money as a woman. I feel like when you don't have that responsibility of childcare under your feet, there's so much you can make together, but then as you are done this responsibility, and I believe you want as many kids as possible. I really do. My span here has been mostly pregnant and barefoot for basically 29 years of my life. This has been the biggest contribution I have given to society, is to have kids and to raise them and to love them and care for them, because they're going on with their own families and they will be raising the next generation. So after that, you can strengthen your finances. You can look at them and say, okay, where are the weak points? Where do we need to go? What do I want to do? And then you can bring in the money, enjoy the golden years together, and really just enjoy the last 20 years of your life. Probably on average, I mean, you may live a 10 or 20 years, a little bit longer, but 10, 15. But you really want to take this time to really think about what you want. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm like, okay, where I have a mind for business. I got it from learning to live on very little with my homemaking and learning to really work with numbers. And what do I want to do now? That's what do I want to do with the rest of my time. And I'm trying to look at the end result and think, okay, I have raised my family. I feel I've done a good job. They've made some choices that I would not, a couple choices I'm disappointed in, but yeah, I mean, so what do I want to do with the rest of my life? And I think making an impact for the world is the biggest thing you can do. It's more important than just working like a crummy job. So for me, I want to make a difference in the world, and I think that is helping other girls to learn how to mother, how to build their home. And I'm probably going to be going through some of the books that I've used for homeschooling and talk about those in the future. I'm probably looking to do even more groundwork with where I've been, what I've done, and then make money off it. And I mean, I can do a lot of things to help people. There's the homeless, there's the abortion thing, there's just a lot of things you can do to help people. But I think I want to bring it into family and help women not only not choose abortion, but to enjoy family. Family is, having kids, enjoying motherhood, I guess, is what I would want women to enjoy. Just, it's such a blessing to be a mother, and kids are so precious. And not only do I stand against abortion, but I do feel like the stronger women can be, the stronger they can build their families, and stay close to that grid, the more they're going to be happier. When you stretch yourself too far too, and you're just out there way too far, you're not going to be happy. You're going to have way too much to do. You're going to be working in your masculine energy way too much. And so I think back to home is important. I'm from a generation that saw a lot of brokenness in families, and I had to work at it. I actually went to church. I didn't have people, someone invited me to church, but I didn't have people catering to me or seeking me. I went there to find truth, to find what the Bible had to say. I'm the one who worked on my marriage. I'm the one who worked on mothering. And if women can understand and apply themselves to these type of things and cultivate, motherhood and family life, it's going to be much better for the next generations, rather than women being so selfish and seeking their own agendas. I saw a girl today, a singer, trying to look sexy while demeaning herself. She had written all over her, my body, my choice, my rights. And what these people really want is, I can do whatever I want in life, and you better tolerate it or else. So we need to teach girls how to act like ladies, how to enjoy motherhood. And, we're not forcing birth on these women. They have already chosen to breed by having sex. So we really need to help the next generation. I don't know how long it's going to be before Jesus comes, but I guess, a life work of really helping the next generation is really, truly what we should be doing.